Hi everyone, welcome back to Two Girls in Germany.
Firstly, thank you, Devinder, for your comment. If you're planning to study in Germany, today's video could save you thousands of euros.
Yes, seriously, before moving here, we spent months researching universities, visas, and blocked accounts. But nobody explained one very important thing: Germany is not the same everywhere.
Exactly. The cost of studying in Munich, Stuttgart, Dortmund, or Leipzig can be completely different. So, today we'll talk about different ways to study in Germany, which regions are expensive and which are, of course, affordable, our personal experiences, and the mistakes we made so that you don't have to.
Let's start with something many students don't realize. Most people think like Germany means doing a master degree, but there are actually four common routes. First one is the bachelor degree.
Of course, a bachelor's degree is done after a high school. Many public universities have low tuition fees but still need to cover your living expenses.
And the second option is master degree, which is probably the most popular path for international students. That's how both of us came to Germany.
What people realize is a master's degree is not as the same as a general master's degree back in India. The third is a Ausbildung. This is a vocational training where you learn a profession while working. And unlike many countries, you're actually paid during your training.
And the last one is dual studies. Here, you study at a university and work for a company at the same time. So you gain work experience and often receive a salary. Next is the big question: how much does it cost?
Let's talk about money because this is where many students get shocked.
Yeah, a lot of YouTube videos say Germany is cheap, and that's not always true.
So let's start with the province that we are in, Baden Württemberg. It's one of Germany's strongest economic regions. Companies like Mercedes Benz, Porsche, Bosch, and many engineering firms are based here. But the cost of living is definitely higher. Typical monthly student costs based on rent, health insurance, travel, food, and various other miscellaneous aspects amount up to 1000 to 1300 per month. And here's something many students miss. International students in Baden Württemberg often pay a tuition fee of around 1,500 per semester at public universities. That's around 3,000 per year on top of your living costs. But nothing to worry, we have got you covered on scholarships in the next video.
The next region, let's compare this to the NRW, that is North Rhine-Westphalia. This is where cities like Dortmund, Bochum, Duisburg, Essen, Düsseldorf, and Cologne are located. Here, what's the huge difference and what's the huge advantage here? The most universities do not charge the extra international student fees. Yeah, many students can comfortably live on 900 euros to 1300 euros per month. That difference adds up very quickly over a 2 year master's program.
Not to forget the most well known Munich, where TU Munich is most sought after. Although it's a really beautiful city, the rent can be painful. Based on the breakdown we have provided, the total amounts up to 1,600 to 1,900 per month. If budget is your main concern, then I don't think Munich is the easiest option.
Yes. And next is the Eastern Germany one. Now, for the cities like Leipzig, Chemnitz, Dresden, and Magdeburg, here the typical monthly costs around 900 euros to 1150 euros. So it is basically compared to all other regions, the students can afford the living costs here. That's one reason many international students are starting to consider Eastern Germany. Next is it's our experiences. I want to ask, like, what was the biggest surprise when you arrived to Germany? What you found there?
Definitely the housing in Baden Württemberg. In Baden Württemberg, you need to at least plan 6 months in advance to get a Wohngemeinschaft, which is like
Yes,
a shared accommodation in Germany.
yes, so yes. The finding accommodation was harder compared to the university.
What is your experience with bureaucratic services in Germany?
Initially, we had to follow certain steps like the Anmeldung, residence permit, health insurance, blocked account, and bank account. Everything works well, but there are these steps to be followed when we arrive in Germany. Also, the third thing is like about German, the language, because people often ask us whether they need German here. But I would say, like, for university, maybe not, but for your daily life and finding jobs, I think it is very much necessary, and people should start learning German if you want to be in Germany. Next, we would like to share some of our mistakes what we did, so that the choosing universities would be easier for you guys.
Firstly, there are no mistakes in Germany. It all depends on a trade off. If you would like to have a low budget and one of the best universities, definitely choosing a scholarship and choosing the best university would be the way to go. For me personally, I always wanted to study at Hohenheim University in Stuttgart,
Yeah.
which has the tuition fee expenses, but
Mhm.
I had the best scholarship opportunities, and this we will have it covered in the next video.
Yes, definitely. And lastly, we have one advice for everyone. Don't choose a university based only on rankings. Compare the city, the rent, tuition fees, and also the job opportunities and the quality of life, what you want. So, for some students, NRW or Eastern Germany may be a much smarter financial choice than Munich or Stuttgart. So, uh, and remember, the best university is often the one you can afford without constant financial stress. And if you found this helpful, please subscribe to our channel and also comment below, like which German city are you planning to study in. And
Also, don't forget to download the free budget breakdown for each province in our description link below. Cheers!
ciao.